Hi there friends, and welcome to my new Let's Play series for Kingdoms Reborn. I'm Icon, and this game is still heavy early access and it's a lot of fun. And in its basics, it's a city building simulator with with interesting mechanics underlying and a wonderful generated world, which is so far already a lot of fun to play. And well, being an early access, the game already has pretty deep content, so let's get started. All these tiles we see here are places where we can settle, and you can zoom into that lush vegetation wherever you want. It's pretty nice. All these icons here resemble different materials, as you might have already thought. I want to build somewhere close to iron and coal, because these materials are quite useful for your future development, but it wouldn't be any problem to play without. So we could play in a northern area here, but I think this desert area here sounds like a nice, looks like a nice place to start our journey. Of course, not directly here. This looks good here. So when we check this out, there's here a starting location. We have a stone deposit here, which is lying in that mountain here. I have access to water, and we're gonna start here. When we select the starting location, we can also select a few new initial resources. I strongly suggest to increase the amount of wood, because you never have enough during the early game. The other materials are not as problematic to come by, but wood was almost always pretty much a bottleneck for me in my early games. So I also amped up the amount of oranges a bit, because I want to have a little bit of food to begin with. So we have to place the town hall. So we could rotate here the camera too, but with R. I like it that this game has such a simple tooltip situation here. So the town hall is the heart and center of our colony or city, whatever we want to call it. And the game works with a card system. So new buildings and upgrades are received as cards. And at first I was a little bit skeptic about it. I'm not fully convinced about it yet, but in its way it works for the game and it's fun. So we can now select what kind of card we want to pick up first. I'm going to pick up first the trading post, because this way I'm able to trade early on, and that's pretty useful. But all of these cards are cool. So trading post, and then we're going to look at the cards we can get. So every season, every 150 seconds, you get a new set of cards featuring buildings you have already researched or otherwise access to. We can reshuffle them once per season, but let's check it out. A fruit gatherer, a mushroom farm, well, charcoal burner. None of these are, I would like a fisher or something like that, but the mushroom farm is already pretty good too. They convert wood into mushrooms, so I'm gonna pick up this, and yeah, let's take the fruit gatherer as well. So now we got those cards, and now we can place them down. The game allows you to build a few things always: houses, streets, storage places, bridges. Along the research paths, I'll also receive a few new things that I can always build. But the first thing I want to check out here, the storage spaces. 11 of 12 are used. I want to increase the amount of storage spaces just like that. Now, before we can think about anything else, I want to put down some food income increases. So we want to put up the mushroom farm and a few houses for our people to live at. So placing down dirt roads disables all the graphics from the trees. You can also force trigger that with Control T. Just placing down some roads for a few future projects. All right, because as when we place down houses, that yellow line you see here is where the building will try to connect to the road. Holding down Shift allows you to multi-place houses, And that's that. We're gonna place down at least, let's put down 5 houses. 5 houses are always a good start. So if we place, if we now press Ctrl T, we can see here there's a few wild animals roaming about, and there's also stone hidden behind those trees. Sometimes I have a hard time discovering these. That's why I really like the this overlay setting. Also, the fruit gatherer, once you select it, you see here all the eligible fruit trees are shown blue. So I'm gonna put the fruit gatherer near that road. And there we go. Let's unpause the game. So the second starting card is a little bit more specialized. Productivity book. Your buildings have upgrade slots, and this is an upgrade for your upgrade slot. I'm gonna pick up the cabbage seeds because I'd really like to be able to farm somewhat. So this unlocked the cabbage right away. And we also unlocked farming. So farming is quite simple. You see those, the more yellow a area is, the more fertility it has, and if it's green, it's a 100% fertility. Red ones are at 49, and there's also dark red over here. See here, there the fertility drops lower and lower. Cabbage has a high fertility sensitivity, therefore I'm going to build those farms not in the vicinity of the fruit gatherer, because the fruit gatherer needs trees, obviously. We're gonna build that over here. So 2 farms I want to have. There we go. Making sure that we're not starving anytime too soon is quite important for me. And of course the trading post, so where we're gonna put that, I'd say here. Alright, and now let's fast forward a bit and watch our people work. Those little icons here above their heads are telling me that these guys are not receiving any housing space from the colony, so they're gonna need some houses, and there goes some rain. If people stay homeless too long, they will migrate away from your town. Therefore, you should build them houses at some point. And here we see the game here shows you how many people are employed at jobs, how many people are laborers haul goods and gather trees and stone, and builders are pretty self-explanatory. Now we unlock the research with building the first house. The tech tree here has 8 eras. Pretty impressed by that. These eras are not really named or something like that. They're just numbered. Well, all praise early access. First, I want to research medicinal herb seeds. Simple reason behind that: once your people run out of the beginning stack of medicine, they start dropping like flies. I hope the game doesn't stay like that in the later versions, but whenever I ran out of medicine, these guys just started dying like crazy. Statistics Bureau, okay. Gonna put that right next to the town center. So science points are being generated by houses per se and other upgrades. So when we check this out here, right now with that amount of science production we'd need 44 minutes. Gold is generated by houses and by territory itself, while we also have to pay some sort of upkeep, of course. So here we receive some new cards. Let's see. A pig ranch. Pig ranches are cool because they basically only need territory, and that's all. Forester. That's the first thing I really want to have right now, because the forester and the fruit gatherer basically belong to each other. Because the forester can plant fruit trees, and therefore he will always create new trees for the fruit gatherer. That's quite important, because once the fruit gatherer runs out of trees to gather from, of course they won't produce anything anymore. So And since forestry is extremely important during the early game, I really want to go down with that. So I'll also harvest whatever I can down here. So the crust hammer and pickaxe, axe and pickaxe are your tool to mark what has to be, what will be gathered manually. So as we see here, they're now chopping a lot of trees. And without a forester, those trees won't regrow in any realistic time, so it's quite important to grab the forester as quick as possible, because you'll need a resupply of wood as soon as possible. So there's still not enough housing space for my people here right now, so we might want to put down a house right here and think about a few more roads while we're at it. There we go. I really enjoy this game's scope so far, because it really does look like they want to go very far, and the detail level of this early access version is already pretty impressive. We're going to cover that later. So, new cards. I'm absolutely broke, but a hunting lodge is very, very good, especially in the vicinity of your farms, because wild animals love to eat the crops from your fields, and well, it's good to have a hunter in the vicinity to do something against that. Also, for example, here's a boar burrow, and you see they're living there. Okay. So our cabbage fields are growing nicely here. Every building has also upgrades available. Like here, houses can upgrade their insulation and their fireplaces, so they'll consume less wood and coal during the winter months. Because that's the really nasty thing about this game. You really have to bring up fuel for the winter months. Right now we're not performing too well in that department. 0 wood. But that's just what I mentioned when I began the game. Wood is almost always scarce in the early game. But luckily we just started out with the summer, so not too much of an issue there. But I really gotta work around that homelessness. There we go. Alright. So, the mushroom farm is insanely effective, but it does feature a lot of wood consumption. With a mushroom farm running, it's, well, understandable why I don't have enough wood in the early game. So I'm reducing the amount of workers by 1. You can always tell the game to reduce the amount of workers. And since food-wise it looks pretty good. And we have our 25th person in the town. So the frugality book is exactly what I'd like to have. Or, wait a sec, upkeep, not consumption. No, we're gonna go for productivity. There's also a card which decreases the resource consumption of a place, but we're gonna put in the productivity book into the forester. So, money-wise, I'm a little bit low, but, well, a pig ranch. Pig ranches need a lot of space. So, let's see, can I acquire some space? I want that. You can acquire new provinces with either money or food. Later, we're gonna unlock other ways to do this too, but more of that when we're there. So I'm gonna claim the other part of that area here just with that food I have, because I'm very, very confident that I should be able to sustain myself here. So we're gonna put up the pig ranch all the way back here, and you see, it really needs a terrible amount of room. So we're gonna need that extra province for that. Alright, connecting those roads a bit. And also, this is the first time I'll bring up a separate house here as well. That's quite simple. People like to live where they work, and having some houses in the vicinity there is always a good idea. Or putting up some houses in the vicinity is more precise. Also, we need more houses anyways, so right now I have one housing space left, but that's not gonna last too long. So here the game always gives you little mini quests. I also have the mini quest now to trade 3,000 units of anything. We're gonna get there later. I don't want to spam trade for no good reason at all. Also, I'm gonna put up some storage areas here too. I really like to put down random storage areas here and there. So let's fast forward a bit. Right now I'm just collecting resources, and let's see, how many employed people are there? 6 of 7. Yeah, I don't run that job completely, but due to a good reason. Okay, it's really important to take care of the precise numbers of your people, because we might be 25 people, but only 15 of those are eligible to work. Those children won't work. We're a nice place, obviously. So the research is now faster due to the higher amount of houses we've built. And let's see what kind of cards. Oh, the immigration office. The immigration office does nothing except for spawning new immigrants every now and then. And it's one of the more effective ways of generating new population for your town. Alright. So far, so good. The next house is going to be finished quite soon. The hunting lodge now is opened up too. If you just want to get rid of the animals here, you can also use poison arrows. They kill the animals faster, but they produce way less drop. This is especially good when your fields are overrun with animals. Alright, autumn is coming soon. Food-wise, we're golden. Fuel-wise, well, cutting down that tree, that forest over here certainly does help our people a bit. Alright, a caravan has arrived. Caravans are events that just pop up and buy items from you. And now we've unlocked the house upgrade unlocks menu. So houses can be upgraded by supplying them with luxury resources, and that's where the game starts to be really interesting. So this is very confusing at first, but it's not. So this just displays what kind of things we'll unlock with the amount of houses of level 1. So with 8 houses of level 1 we unlock the wood industry, with 9 houses of level 1 and so on. And with 2 houses of level 2 we unlock these features, and so on and so forth. So as you see here, it goes up all the way up to house level 7. We get to build beautiful things like printing presses, colonies extracting resources from provinces. This game has a pretty big scope. I underestimated when I first started playing it how serious they were with all that kingdom building stuff. But for now, we're gonna need one more house to unlock the furniture workshop, which produces furniture out of wood, obviously. So the caravan people are always willing to buy stuff from you, and they don't sell anything from you. So if you have any oversupplies of particular materials, it's always a good opportunity to sell off some of that. Right now, they're only, that's one other thing, they're only limited to a certain quantity here. So, yeah. But fetching up some money is very, very beneficial. And let's see, there's another forester in the in sale. I'm gonna pick that one up because foresters are really valuable. Also, I'm gonna upgrade the town hall, and upgrading the town hall unlocks new cards. We see here wheat seeds, snatch, buy wood, sell food. These are new cards that are now in that deck here. Also, we unlock the priority button. I have no clue why I have to unlock that, and I really hope the devs will give us this tool from the scratch, because I was looking for it for such a long time until I realized that I can just upgrade that. It took me some time, okay? Maybe it... I hope it won't be your trouble then. So, that new forester. You see here these guys have that radius around them. So, I'd say I'm gonna bring up a new province here. Claim that with more food because I have a lot. So, this nasty noise told me that my storage space is running a tad bit low. So, gonna build up a few more here. And also, we're gonna think about where the forester's gonna live. And I really like that you automatically get the other forester's zone of influence shown. So it's a pretty easy thing to determine I want to have this forester right here. Because that's not interfering with the other guys' work too much. So I really would like to see some axes or something like that when I want to build longer roads. It's a little bit annoying to me, at least. Alright. Unlocked Employment Bureau. So this is also a really, really nice thing to have. Here again, just building a few storage yards so that products being produced over here can be stored there right away. You are also able to manage the storage to allow and disallow certain things. But before we really need that, I'm not gonna do that because no need to configure a running system, you know. So let's put down that employment bureau, and that's that. Alright, so we're gonna play through that first winter before I end this first episode. And there we go, early winter. There's another hunting lodge. I want to have that. So here you can also see those new cards. Buy wood. Buy wood with half of your treasury. This is a lifesaver in the winter months sometimes. Snatch. Steal gold equal to target player's population. So later on, I think waging war with your neighbors will be a thing. But right now, when you start up the game, the devs tell you quite literally that the AI is totally harmless and not really there, and you ought to ignore them. That's really what the game tells you. Please ignore the AI for now. I was like, okay, will do. Got you. So technically, the AI is present. Like here, there's another town being built actually by the AI. See here, houses, and they do things, but officially they don't hurt you. I have no clue. This time we're living right quite close to somebody. Let's see, relationship. -12. Town hall's proximity spark tensions. I see. So, this province here is suitable for cotton farming, so we're going to claim that later. So during the winter months, of course, you're not creating any forage. The fruit gatherers are not working either. The pig ranch here is configured to only produce food as soon as the capacity is above its full capacity. There are 15 animals in there. You can also kill when above half the capacity. I like that base setting because I consider that money in the bank. Those pigs, if I ever run into a food shortage, I can also slaughter them. And right now, food-wise, we're in a really good spot. I don't need to do anything here. So there's an opportunity for another immigration office. I'd like to have 2 of those. So let's do this. Oh, I shouldn't have built stuff in the winter. I keep doing this mistake. It's better not to cut trees and such during the winter months because, well, obviously you need to have your wood as fuel. So here, fuel reserve is low. So with the 8th house, I unlocked the furniture workshop. Whenever you unlock something, you get an offer to buy that card immediately, and I'd just leave open this menu here because I don't have the necessary money right now, and I really want to buy that card. So I'm pretty sure that at the end of this year, 1 or 2 people might be freezing to death, but we're gonna see. Oh no, we made it into the next spring. So that's also the point where I'm gonna say goodbye for this episode. It's been my pleasure. I hope you guys are enjoying this game here too. It's still very early access, and I'm gonna play this series until we have pretty much dug through all the early access content for now. That's at least the bigger plan. So yeah, leave a like, leave a subscribe, or even a comment. I'd be appreciating any of those, and I hope we're gonna see each other soon. Goodbye.